Rest in peace, Bitcoin. A lot of things just happened. Okay, maybe extremely bullish for the XRP community. I don't know about Bitcoin. Let's check and let's read from Bitcoin Magazine. Breaking: White House Digital Assets Report does not include details about the strategic Bitcoin reserve. There it is. Right? There it is. That's an issue. I was actually hoping that they would. You know why? Because that will pump the hell out of Bitcoin. Okay? It would indeed pump Bitcoin, guys, if they just bought a bunch of Bitcoin, right? Even though I'm not a Bitcoin maxi, I would have actually liked to see. I was hoping for the United States government buying a bunch of Bitcoin, a lot of, right? So everything just can just go parabolic to the highest degree. New: Michael Saylor's strategy now holds over $74 billion worth of Bitcoin. Maybe somebody should do a checkup on Michael Saylor here, right? I know he's very bullish on Bitcoin, but it doesn't seem like the United States government is. Okay, and that's an issue. Now, I don't think the report is fully out yet, but they did say that there was no talks of a Bitcoin strategic reserve, right? And look at all these other companies holding Bitcoin. That's why. Was that why holders of Bitcoin from the Satoshi era, like 14 years ago, started becoming active? Okay, and then they just sold. Just like this one a couple days ago, like 2 days ago. Zzz, a dormant address containing 343 Bitcoin worth $40 million has just been activated after 12.3 years. Again, another one of these wallets being alive, right? Waking up finally, but why? That's strange, isn't it, guys? Right? Slowly but surely, all these wallets from a decade plus ago, which back then Bitcoin was extremely cheap compared to now, are waking up and possibly about to sell. Now we see the Bitcoin community and the Bitcoin maxis on full panic mode, right? We told you Bitcoin wasn't the one, guys. It's XRP from the Bitcoin therapist. What in the actual? Come on now, right? Though, here's some more news. Perhaps there's light at the end of the tunnel, because this is me, I would love to see them buying Bitcoin as much as possible, right? Even though I do believe it's going to collapse at some point. Though this will be a government-backed mechanism to pump Bitcoin to literally $1 million before the collapse, which will then mean that liquidity will flow where? Exactly, to altcoins, to yours and I coins, right? Such as XRP will moon to I don't even know where, but throughout the cosmos. There is light, because breaking: White House says Bitcoin reserve is well underway, and that more information is coming soon. There it is. So I don't know where the source is actually from, but again, this is fantastic news. You know why? So okay. So the Bitcoin reserve, there are no talks about the Bitcoin reserve for the crypto report coming out today, right? Fully. I don't think it's fully out yet, but later on there will be more information on this matter. That's what I wanted to see, and I guess wow, the administration is so manipulative, guys. Check this out. They could have included the Bitcoin reserve in the report today. They chose not to, right? They could have, but they just chose not to. That's manipulation, if you ask me. You know why? Because it seems to me they're waiting for Bitcoin to bottom out, right? Or they'll release this information about the Bitcoin reserve when they want the charts to pump extremely hard. Okay, guys? So that's coming soon, which is very bullish. Though, this is what Donald Trump had to say about alert: the latest White House crypto report makes no mention of a strategic Bitcoin reserve. Instead, the focus is entirely on XRP, Solana, Cardano. With Trump listing XRP first, Bitcoin is deemed ineffective for advancing the new financial system, right? It's the beta test coin, BTC, right? This is why you want to sell Bitcoin, but buy XRP. And once upon a time, on a crypto strategic reserve that includes XRP, Solana, and Cardano, right? And he's making sure that America wins this crypto race, guys. So here are some facts about Donald Trump's, or the United States government's, crypto report. Donald Trump's golden age of crypto takes shape with White House Working Group report. And we see here that a preview of a White House report on digital assets makes further recommendations to areas already in motion within the Clarity Act to oversee crypto markets and the Genius Act for stablecoins. Okay, so this is like a preview. So we got calls for SEC. Okay, let me just go to the main ones first. SEC lawsuits dropped. Coinbase, Ripple, Binance under new leadership. What is this? Whoa. They mentioned that the SEC has dropped the Ripple case, guys, and that's what we're waiting on. The SEC side for an answer. But here on the report, it says that the SEC has dropped Coinbase, Binance lawsuits, but included Ripple. Guys, behind the scenes, it's already over. Do you guys not see? The case was already long done, right? It's overdue. It seems like they're waiting. Guys, that's full manipulation again. Not only with Bitcoin, but with XRP. They're literally just waiting for the charts, right? For the charts to look good, and then at some point in time, just randomly, but remember, the indicators will call it first. They're just gonna release it, right? And the case will be fully concluded, and that's it. That's so weird of them, right? So the full report is not out yet, but these are all the points that has been floating around. Okay. From Bill Morgan, the SEC has not withdrawn the appeal in the Ripple matter yet. There is no deadline on the SEC to withdraw the appeal. However, the SEC needs to report to the appeal court by August 15th, 2025, which acts as a deadline for the SEC to do something. Although it may just ask for more time, we'll hear something about the matter in the next 2 weeks. That's it. In the next 2 weeks, guys, I predict this. Okay, here's my prediction. I think by the end of this month, or not this month, next month, August. Okay, by the end of August is where they'll release the information about buying Bitcoin on the open market full throttle, and then as well as conclude the XRP case by this date. Right here, maximum I think is by this date. Okay, the reason being is because I think by then the charts will bottom out, right? Wherever the price may be, it could be at $3, higher or lower, I don't know. But the indicators would have the reason why is because the indicators are so extremely overbought right here. We need them to cool off. The higher ones like the 2-day, 3, 4, 5. Okay, once those are cooled off, I think those reports it will come out then. Okay. So the game plan is quite clear, guys. This is insane. You guys ready? Okay, so going back here, so that was one of them. So, okay, behind the scenes, it's concluded. We know that to be a fact. They're just waiting. As we know, they're just waiting for the charts, right? Then as soon as it's released, it's going to go on a rampage. Okay, so a few others are calls for SEC, CFTC cooperation to allow federal level crypto trading, right? So that's going to be very bullish. Pushes safe harbor plus sandboxes to speed up DeFi innovation. Beautiful. Supports fast rollout of the Genius Act stablecoin regulations. Tether. Right? That's another one. Reveals a strategic Bitcoin reserve built from seized Bitcoin. Oh, so there it is. So right now they're not going to be publishing on if they're going to be buying Bitcoin, right, and all that stuff. But they will be showcasing that they will have a strategic Bitcoin reserve, but that's all from seized Bitcoin, right? The Bitcoin that they took, guys, from illegal activities or whatever the case may have been. Okay, so that's at least bullish. Now, wants RSI as well as wants IRS to clarify tax rules for mining, staking, small crypto transactions, which suggests crypto access for 401ks plus mortgage assets. Look at that. Look how much this is insane, guys. Right? Pushes for bank charter access and clear margin rules for crypto firms. DOJ and crypto enforcement units dismantled. Again, this is all bullish, by the way, right? Extremely bullish. That's what we want to see, guys. At the end, it wasn't Bitcoin, but it was XRP, because XRP is everywhere, right? In New York City. Ripple is everywhere. Bitcoin isn't. So Eleanor Tourette says, "Thank you, Bull Hines, for joining us to unpack today's White House report on digital assets this morning, and then look out for this episode here soon." Right? So I think it's gonna come out later. Someone said it's 2:30. Right, so whenever the Fed meeting is on, which is hilarious because Donald Trump will be trolling the Federal Reserve, right, from Benjamin Cohen. We are about to witness the most important FOMC of our lives until the next one. Exactly. So watch out, guys. This is why Donald Trump is, or the report is fully coming out. when this goes live from Bessent. Not expecting a rate cut today from the Fed, right? That's very bullish, by the way. That's what we want to see. But Donald Trump is like, hey, 2Q GDP just out 3%, way better than expected. Too late, must now lower the rate. No inflation, let people buy and refinance their homes. Right? He's like, lower now, today. We need the rates to be lowered, guys. Right? So we'll see what happens with that. But the economy looks very beautiful, to be honest. So I don't know. Interesting. Will they even lower the rates? Probably not. No, definitely not. So that's why there was so much volatility. Look at this, right? In 4-hour candles, dump pump. Like, this is just ridiculous, guys. Let's take a zoomed in close approach here. What's going on here, right? They sweep that liquidity, they pumped it. This may be the actual pump, right? And then there's more volatility. By the time you guys are watching this video, there's going to be more volatility, so let's watch out. But we see USDC printing. Okay, 250 mil. This is all legit, I'm pretty sure. 250 mil and another 250 mil. That's almost almost a billion print. That's like Tether, right? But this is all legit. It seems like the whales want to buy in, right? For today's events. So I'll prepare because they are. Let's see what happens next. But it has always been XRP, possibly, perhaps not Bitcoin. We'll see. Now, but need you guys. What is this? See ya.